people. Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 3 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 18th of December 2023 right now. It is Monday right now. You know what we do on Mondays? We watch movies on Mondays, and today it is Free From Hell, the third and final movie in the Firefly family trilogy. I think I got that right. We watched House of a Thousand Corpses a few weeks back, followed by The Devil's Rejects, which was a hard watch. At least a few scenes were in that movie were a hard watch. And now it's the third and final movie, Rob Zombie's Free From Hell from 2019. I'm watching this on Amazon, amazon.co.uk. It is available to rent and or buy. You don't have to do that. If you got it on DVD, Blu-ray, or any other formats or any other service, get it really on zero. But if you don't got it and don't want to get it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But for now, let me switch over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit. Okay, so it is Monday movie night. We're watching Free From Hell, the third and final movie in the Firefly family trilogy. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't even looking forward to this one. Yo, what up, Belgian Dan? Belgian Dan the man, how's ya? Yo, you've been doing some walking recently. I've seen your Instagram posts. Like, damn, you have been doing some walking. Like, you must have walked, like, I don't know, like 100,000 miles in the last couple of weeks or something. Like, you've been doing a lot of walking. Understandable. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hearing it's not a particularly good movie. But that's not really the reason I'm not quite looking forward to it. It's more so that the last movie did leave kind of a ugh. Like, it was a good film in the sense of, you know, the way the story was told, the acting and that whole thing. But it was still kind of like some of those scenes were ugh. So I don't know if anything's going to be like that in here. If it is, we'll see. I mean, it all makes for great entertainment, no matter how off-putting it is, right? But in any case, it's the final movie, so yeah, we're kind of committed now. Yo, what up, XSplit? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. How is you? I've been in so much endurance, ab trading, strength trading. Damn, man, you've been doing a lot. I've been trying to, stay healthy as well. Been running more, walking more. I returned from the dead. Well, I don't know about that, but returned from a coma at least. I am now a Bleach fan. Oh, you one of those anime boys now? One of those otakus. All right. I see. Wow. Bleach as well. I've never watched Bleach. I don't know how good it is, but it's popular, I guess. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of walking, doing a lot of running. What did I run last? I ran last on Sunday, and I ran 4 miles, like 4.1 miles on Sunday. Actually, no, I got an app called Zombie Run, right? And what it does, it's a pretty cool app. It has this whole story about, you know, you survived this zombie, you survived this helicopter attack. Yo, what up, Sam? And you're a runner, and so they're telling you to, like, oh, run to this hospital and pick up these supplies and things like that. So it's a pretty cool thing, right? And every now and then you'll get like these zombies chasing you, and when that happens, you have to kind of speed up as you're running, because if you go too slow, you know, the zombies catch you and you end up dropping items. So yeah, it's a pretty cool app. It's a pretty cool thing they're doing. I ended up deleting it though. I ended up deleting the app because, as cool as it was, in all honesty, I did feel like the novelty kind of wears off a bit quick for me. And it didn't seem to have enough substance as an actual running app to keep using. You know, if you're really into the story that they have, then I guess it's worthwhile keeping along and maybe even paying for the full thing, right? But for me, it just kind of felt like the story was, you know, it was kind of fun. It was kind of cool, but it wasn't, you know, that interesting. I mean, I guess maybe it gets better later on. I only did like 4 missions. I didn't do that many, so maybe if you keep with it, it gets I don't know, like The Walking Dead later on. I don't know, but it was yeah, it was a pretty cool thing. I like the idea. I definitely like the idea of it. But yeah, for me, I just felt the novelty kind of weared off a bit too quick, and I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm good. Let me just delete this and stick with the Nike Run app, the Nike Run Club. I'll just stick with that. It's Nike Run Club has been serving me well for many years now, so let me just stick with that. Sam B in the place to be. How is ye? Our prodigal son XSplit has returned. Been doing good on training. The zombie run sounds like fun. I appreciate that, Dan. I think I know it. The zombies look goofy. Well, you don't really see them because it's just all in your ears. Like you have your headphones in, and I got confused with an old mobile game. I'm here. Yeah, no, it's a running app. So as you're running, you got your headphones in, and you'll hear like the zombies going, and it will say stuff like, yeah, zombies, danger, warning, zombies are 100 meters away. So you have to kind of run really far. It's kind of hard to outrun the zombies, I find, though. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just slow. Maybe I'm just slow, but I find it really hard to outrun the zombies. You have to pay for the full thing to change the difficulty setting on the zombies. Like, you can't change it on the free version, so you just get whatever speed they give you, and the default speed it feels really hard because I'm like running like hard when the zombies are chasing me. I'm like running hard, and it's still like, oh yeah, zombies are catching up. They're 75 meters away. Zombies 50 meters away. Zombies 25 meters. I'm like, yo, I am running as fast as I can. And it's like, zombies 10 meters away. You have dropped an item. Distracted zombies. It's like, flip it out. So yeah, I find it really hard to outrun zombies on that game. But yeah, maybe it's more for, like, I don't know, people who can actually run fast, and that's not me. That's not me. Can't wait for Christmas to be over. I'm exhausted. Oof. Damn. Well, what's it now? 18th. So we got 7 days till Christmas, and I guess 8 days till it's over. So not too long now. Just over a week to go. Just over a week to go. You can do this, Sam. You can do this. We believe in you. We have faith that you can get through this. You can get through any you can get through any burden that comes your way, because no matter how it seems, no burden is greater than you can handle. So if this is what you're dealing with, it means you can deal with it. That's what that means. You got this, Sam. You got this. I have faith I can get through Christmas, but I've been back on the apps in 30 days. Apps and increasing the difficulty on it. Day 23 again on advanced. Took a break from that before getting back in the progression after resetting my progress. Okay, your apps must be tight then right now. Like, your apps must be like a bulletproof vest or something. I mean, not that you should actually shoot yourself in the stomach, because that's probably a terrible idea, but I'm just saying, like, you must have some rock hard abs by now. If you're gonna survive when GTA 6 drops. Oh, that's coming in 2025. Okay, nice. Speaking of GTA, Netflix, you know, Netflix do games, right? They got the GTA trilogy as the games available on Netflix. If you have a Netflix account, you can download GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas to your phone and play them with no extra charge, which is pretty cool. The only thing is that I tried GTA San Andreas and I was playing for a little bit. It's difficult playing games like that on a mobile phone, because like the touch controls just are not it. They're just not it. Like, I feel like games like that, you need a proper controller. The touch screen control stuff is just not working for me. So I played it for a little bit. It's kind of a fun thing for a little while, but once you realize how awkward it is trying to control it with the touch screen, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't trying to put myself through this. Let's get in there with that. Core training. I'll probably take another pick at some point in the future next year. Yeah, man. Before and after. Well, I guess a bit late for before, but yeah, an after picture at least. I wanted for this year. He's working all the time to pay for it, so I'm really doing everything. Throw anxiety into the mix. It's What's all going on? That's tough. That's tough. Maybe you should send your kids to your sister's house for a few days, or you know, until like January 4th. Send all your kids to your sister's house until January 4th. Maybe try that. I'm not gonna be talking much since I'm drawing right now. Okay. Yeah, XSplit's on the drawing, man. Big things are going. Big things are going with the drawing. I got myself this. I can't even see it right now. It's kind of blurry. This is the box, by the way, not the actual unit. The unit's in my bathroom, so I can't show the unit. But this is the Pitbull Skull Shaver Gold Pro. I've been actually wanting one of these for a while, but I never got one before because when I saw the prices, I was like, damn, they're kind of expensive. But I've been kind of thinking, like, lately, like, you know what? Maybe it's worth the money. Maybe it's worth the money because I was watching reviews on it. And then, you know, a lot of people are like, yo, these are really good and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's worth the money because it's a lot more convenient than what I'm doing right now and da-da-da. And they were like, when I first saw them, they were like £200. Like, I think some of them still are, like, if you go for like the top level ones. But the ones like that, they're about £200, I think, when I first saw them. But recently they went down to about 127. Well, let's say recently, maybe a few months ago. But anyway, 127. So I was willing to pay £127 for it, right? But when I'm getting ready to buy it, I'm putting the order through on Amazon, and it tells me as I'm adding it to my basket that the seller of that item doesn't have it on stock anymore. Like, just when I'm adding it into my basket, it's telling me that it's not in stock anymore. So I'm thinking, damn, man. Anyway, so I searched it again just to see what's because I was thinking, okay, maybe I could find another seller for it, right? So I searched it again. Turns out I did find another seller for it, clearly, because I got it. But this time it was actually £109, so it was less than what I was willing to pay for it. So I got that. That's the gold version, the gold pro version, for £109 and some pennies. Which was about £20 less, or nearly £20 less than what I was willing to pay for it. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I did find out later though that I could have got it for 90. I could have got it for 90, but whatever. It is what it is. I got it for a good price, and I got it for less than what I was willing to pay for it. So I'm still happy with that. And I've used it once so far, and I like it, man. I'm pretty pleased so far. Like after my one use, I don't think I need to use it again for at least a few days because it's quite a close shave, actually. Quite closer than what I'm used to getting. But it's not so close to where it starts to irritate the skin, and that's important. But it's a pretty close shave, so I don't think I'm going to need to use it again until maybe Wednesday or Thursday. You know, but yeah, so far so good with the Pitbull Skull Shaver. I'm pretty pleased with it as a bald head enthusiast. I'm pretty pleased with it, and all the reviews that I'm seeing people, the videos that I watched to kind of decide whether I wanted it or not. All those guys saying that was worth getting. Yeah, so far I'm saying they're right. I mean, it's early days for me yet, but so far I'm like, you know what? I think it's living up to the hype so far. So yeah, very pleased with that purchase. Sorry, this whole box. Oh, indeed. I think you posted that box. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, then I'll be fine. Just can't wait for it to be over. I believe that sounds like endurance trains. Yeah, it's PS5 though. When into game, the guy kindly put my name down for one to pay on Wednesday. Oh, nice. PS5. Wow. These days to genius days. I have my moments. Look at that. Alrighty, that's quite a longer movie that we're watching today. Hour 55 minutes. So let's get this one started. And move over to... Oh wait, hopefully you're ready on 0 because I'm not. So I need to get ready on 0. So there we go. Alright, so let's move over to this screen. We're gonna do the countdown now. Countdown goes 3, 2, 1, play. So if you're ready, in 3, 2, 1, play. PS5, thanks. Suddenly you'll be playing Fortnite. Hey, you know what? Fortnite is probably the hottest game on the planet right now. So yeah, if he does end up playing Fortnite on a PS5, can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it. I wish I played Fortnite. I actually do. Like, I've tried to get into that game, and it just, and it could be fun with, you know, if you're playing with like friends and, you know, people you know and that kind of thing. You've got a good group of people. It could be fun that way. But if I'm just playing, and I don't know, man. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try again. But they do so many cool things with that. So I feel like I wish I got into it. We don't appreciate the stress of his PS5 the day we eventually marry. I'm divorcing him. Get married just to get divorced. Make sure you put in a prenup in small print that you get everything, even if you initiate the divorce. You get the house. You get a PS5. So that's what it went with. They got shot, but they didn't die. But why would they even try to keep them alive, though? Yeah, I see what you mean about this being a kind of a cop out of a. They got shot 20 times and they all survived. All 3 of them, really. The battle pass skins, the shop skins, so awesome. It's like the ultimate crossover. Yeah, they got like a lot of stuff in Marvel and other franchises. They got Master Chief in there. They do like concerts in there and. Give him the buck. It came in. It's annoying me. I ain't it perfectly, and they, yeah. No, that explanation is kind of a. I mean, I guess they had to do something if they're going to make a 3rd movie, but yeah, I'm not sure I like that explanation. They got shot 20 times each, and they all survived. All right. And what? No scars. None of them got shot in the face, really. None of them got shot in the face. So what did they get shot? Like 20 bullets each, and none of them hit any major organs. Really? Oh, they see musicians anime now. So, Evil Dead and more horror stuff. Star Wars and other game characters. So flipping much. Yeah, indeed. Man. I mean, this is years later, isn't it? This wasn't like... Because I think Devil's Reject was it 2005, 6? And this is like, what, 15 years later, 2019? He looks so different, though. Yo, what up, Frozen Gamer? Just a man I wanted to see. I want to talk about X-Files. Ooh, really? Well, how far along are you in X-Files? Because we're up to season 5, episode 7? I think. I can't remember where we are. 8? I've forgotten. He was very ill when this was filmed. He died before it was out. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. Just finished watching the episodes of Van Army who Army man who lost his limbs. I think I remember that episode. I don't remember specifics though. This guy got shot 20 times and has no scars. All right. I have almost all my computer parts now. Almost all my computer parts. I'm just waiting on the case, which hopefully should be arriving tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, I have all the computer parts now. I've got the processor, I've got the graphics card. I've got the RAM sticks, got the motherboard. I already had some case fans, the power supply unit, solid state drive, Blu-ray disc, Blu-ray drive, fan. Just waiting on the case, because you got to put it in something. I want to see the case you ordered. It's called a I forget what it's called. Fleck. Silent Flick. I forget what it's called, but it's a pretty standard case. Like, it's not like one of these like fancy glowy cases. It's pretty standard ATX tower case. It's the guy they kept alive after they shot him 20 times. That's why they killed him off this early in the movie. That was his only scene. That was all he could do. Yeah. It's just a shame. But yeah, I get it. You kind of do what you can and then close out his story, close out his chapter. This guy kind of looks like oh, who am I thinking of? Flipping out, the wrestler. He looks like Shawn Michaels. He kind of looks like an older Shawn Michaels. This guy with a cap. Another reason to be mad. They made this movie. They made it and killed him off. Then he dies in real life. Well, I guess they killed him off because he was about to die in real life. Okay, guess they're not close friends. Jake Fisher's guy. Dang you, movie. So this third movie, it seems to be, I mean, what are we? 5 minutes in? 5 to 10 minutes in? And so far, it just seems to be like news footage and a few clips. She got shot over 20 times, yeah? 20 times. Alright. Look at the way, like, Bertha's is looking at this woman, just, like, clocking her hard. Well, was anyway. Exactly. Ronald Reagan. Wouldn't prison garb be like long sleeves and overall type things? Like they put her in like shorts? You dig? She's a bad, bad girl. So it's still early days in this film, I know, but it's not clear what they're trying to do. I don't know. I guess it's about... we'll see. We've still got like an hour and 40 minutes or so to go. This guy just sitting there with like a tissue jammed up his nose, like, maybe take care of yourself first, dude. Thing is, Snow White playing with the bunnies in the forest was because like the huntsman was about to kill her. I mean, he didn't, but you know, that's why she was playing with the animals. Good morning. Well, we got discount Shawn Michaels here. And he got already. Why are they talking? Just shoot. See, you should have just shot him. Should have just shot him. He was always wasting time. Yeah, they do this in movies all the time. Like, just shoot them. Like, why are they talking? It's like every single time they just, oh, look at that, cut her face off. It's just talking about, oh yeah, what? Just shoot the guy, man. You came there to kill him, and you're still just chatting away or letting him talk. It's like, shoot the guy. Don't talk to him. Just do what you need to do. Then you wouldn't have a movie. But in this case, it's probably for the best. I mean, I get that. And sometimes, even though it's silly, sometimes it can still be fun when they just chat a little bit when they should be doing something. But it's like, man, you kind of wish, like, filmmakers came up with some other way of, you know, stalling time. Like, they're just chatting. Oh, what, they're gonna rape her? Or they're going to beat her up. Or they're going to rape her and beat her up. Okay. Can't really tell what's going on. A lot of blood, but somebody's bleeding. I think Sherry Moon. I bet that she survived it, didn't she? They're gonna. Oh, jeez. I feel like they're gonna do some nonsense. Of course, they'll flip it now. So this girl's a proficient enough fighter to beat up two tough girls. She could beat up these two tough girls while handcuffed. Okay. Okay. I mean, to be fair, she survived like 20 bullets and has no scars. So I guess at this point, she's just superhuman. Well, I just killed the girl, man. Flipping out. She ain't gonna tell you nothing. Just kill her. Bloody hell. Oof. This movie's kind of slow moving. To be fair, I guess the others were kind of slow moving, especially the first one. But this one feels like really slow moving. Kitty. Ugh. Oh, man. This is what the fans wanted, yeah? This is what the fans wanted. Bruh. Well. Hope they learn their lesson. They brought Danny Trejo back just to kill him after like 1-2 scenes. Barely says anything. Bite his finger off. That's what happens when you listen to your fans, indeed. Don't listen to your fans, ever. They have no idea what they're talking about. The thing is, this guy's got a twisty moustache, which I don't like. So I don't think I'd mind seeing him getting shot. I don't. That guy with that weird moustache, like, he can go. Oh, she's talking real tough though. Okay. Audio cut out for a bit. Should be back now. Yeah, we should be back now. We should be back. Eesh. I like this desk arm, but I've got to be careful if I'm moving around to not push things too hard or whatever. Might dislodge something. So what, this prison warden wants to roll in the hay with Sherry Moon. It's fine. Awesome. Bro. Discount Shawn Michaels is a bad, bad man. She lying. Oh, somebody in for a rude awakening. Whoever it is, well, they better go home. This clown's teeth is mash up. Human acting isn't as good in this movie. Either it feels forced. I mean, what are we like? Maybe about 40 minutes in, give or take. It just feels so unnecessary, this movie so far. And granted, I know it's still quite a bit to go. But right now, it feels unnecessary. I don't know. Maybe something's going to happen to change it all around. But I think the issue for me is the opening scene and the explanation of how they survived was so weak that it's difficult to make the rest of the movie worthwhile, you know? Like, maybe this was its own film, completely divorced of the previous movies. Maybe it'd be a different experience then. But as a follow-on, it just feels like they started off weak and it's not really justified its existence so far. But hey, like I said, we got time. We got time. Maybe we'll get some cool kills or something. So the only reason I watched this was to finish off the trilogy. No. Right in the head. Like a hill. He hates clowns, huh? Interesting. Gotta look past the opening if it had been entertaining to watch. For real. This is one of the downhill parts of this. And this one is the downhill part of the journey. Yeah. Yeah. Ballerina. That music is called Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. Ludwig van Beethoven. Moonlight Sonata, Movement 1. Listen, yeah. Man's bare cultured, isn't it? Or first movement, rather, not movement 1. It's actually called first movement. There's 3 movements in total, but that's the first movement. Man knows his things, innit? So bad it's good. It's just bad. Yeah, no, for real. It's always a shame when a final film, whether it's a final film in a trilogy or final film for an actor, in this case it's both. It's always a shame when the film itself just isn't that good. And I don't even mean like yeah, I don't mean like, I mean, of course, people's tastes are subjective, but just in terms of like what the film is doing. Okay, so far, this film is about trying to get their sister out of prison, but it's like, to what end? You know what I mean? Like, to what end? It's like, it just doesn't feel like that's a good enough reason for this film to happen. So yeah, it's a shame that last film for Sid Haig and last film in the trilogy, and so far 40-50 minutes in, doesn't seem to be doing much for me. The second film was a hard watch at times because of some of the scenes were so brutal, you know, and so disturbing. This film's a hard watch because it's just doesn't seem worthwhile. Oh. I would, without a doubt, say this Robert Zombie's worst film. Oh, he in trouble. Oh, he been messing around. He been a bad boy. Shut up, bitch. Bertha ain't having it. Bertha doesn't say much, but she gives me, I get the impression from her that she knows something's going on. By the way, I don't know her if her name's Bertha or not. That's just what I'm calling her. But Bertha has like kind of look like, nah, I don't trust this. So if they're gonna walk her out of prison, then maybe like don't take the handcuffs just yet, though. She gonna mess it up. Well, there. Goodbye, Greta. Should have Greta cheese instead. Okay, that was lame. Never mind. So now you're gonna have to hide Greta's body somewhere. I think the only thing that could save this movie for me if Bertha turns out to be the hero that kills all these, or like Baby and Otis, just kills them all. Boy, that is a horrible scene. Oof. You could be better than that. Was almost bad. As this movie. I don't. Was it You Can Do Better? Is that a name of a film? You Can Do Better Than That? I don't think I've seen it. Just because traumatized woman sitting naked on the couch because, you know, just because. I think Rob Zombie needs to change his name to Rob Titties. You're great. Oh, right, gotcha. I could do better than that. Gotcha. Gotcha. I could do better than that joke. I get you, man. I get you. Sorry. I couldn't do better than that. I gotta believe in myself. I can do better than that. He's gonna kill everyone. Oh, well, it's kind of what you watch these movies for. Wait, he just shot his own wife. Dickhead. You know, I hope these nude actresses get paid a lot of money for these movies. I get the impression they don't, because these look like pretty low budget films. But you got this woman to stand like pussy naked while being traumatized and has to run away in the outsides. I hope she got paid at least $50 million for this film. She probably got paid like 50 quid. she probably got paid 50 quid, if even that much. Imagine having to do it, being an actress and doing a scene where you gotta run pussy naked in the street while another woman chases you with a knife and stabs you, and you only got paid like, I don't know, minimum wage. We probably didn't make it for real. Oosh. Yeah. This movie probably made 50 quid. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the $3.49 I paid to rent this movie is about as much as this movie actually made. I probably just doubled their income by renting this movie today. £3.49. I ain't never gonna. Oh, jeez. Well, I, at the very least, I hope my $3.49 went to that lady who they traumatized for this nonsense. Help her get therapy or something. I wonder if I could request that. Like, if you rent a movie, can you go write to the producers of the film and say, "Hey, look, I paid £3.49 to rent this movie. I'd like to request that my money goes to support the mental health of this actress." I feel like you should be able to request that as a consumer. It's like if you donate to a charity, they might ask you things like, you know, which cause would you want to support? Like, which specific cause would you want to support? I feel like when you buy a movie or rent a movie, you should be given that same kind of choice. Like, which part of the film do you want to support? Begin with the movie. Two-bit crimes, you know. You want to they're regularly measuring. The movie though, this is an interesting question about the people idolizing bad people. Yeah, they do bring up, was that lady was talking about liking Otis even though she knows he's a bad guy. But that kind of thing is not untrue. Like a lot of well, not about a lot, but certainly quite a few serial killers had like their fans, like Ted Bundy. You know, had his fans that people still fancied him, even though they knew he killed all those women. Jeffrey Dahmer had his fans. You know, I'm sure all of them or most of them probably had their fans that were writing them letters and love letters and whatever. Like, it's madness. Like, you think like somebody can be that sadistic to other people, and then you still get somebody like, yeah, I'll tap that. It's like, yo, that's probably a mental health crisis in and of itself. What's that, weed? I don't believe these guys smoke weed. That is a lie. If they smoked weed, they would not be killing people so much. Crack, maybe. Meth, almost certainly. But they are not weed smokers. Maybe too mellowed out they were smoking weed. Too busy trying to chase a snail around the garden if they were smoking weed. I don't believe these guys are weed smokers now. I don't. That is a lie if I ever saw a lie. Yeah, keep walking. Keep walking, dude. Keep walking. Keep walking, buddy, indeed. Dude, you made the wrong choice. Wait, what? He's really thought about this, hasn't he? I joke about being monitored on these channels with girls, but it's just messing around. I don't actually, otherwise they're killers. Psychology behind. That was interesting. That's as far as it goes. This guy should have kept on walking. But yeah, like the mentality of like people who do these like horrific things. There is a fascination in understanding, but I also feel like for us regular folk, I mean, I don't know how much we're, if you can call us regular, but for let's say us non-serial killer folk, where we gotta be careful is, oh wait, oh he's recognized her. He's recognized her. And she ain't hiding it. Let's do the special indeed. But yeah, for us non-serial killer folk, like where we gotta be careful is, I feel like there's a level of how much we can understand without ourselves going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, because there are people who study like serial killers, and these are people who study psychology to a deep, deep level, you know. And even these guys can find themselves getting a little bit at times. So I feel like for us, it's like, you know, we have to kind of temper our interest sometimes and be like, you know what, it can be fascinating, it can be interesting, but at the same time it's like, but we might have to take a step back and be like, I need to make sure I don't get sucked into some madness that I'm not ready for either. You know what I mean? I mean, she's not wrong. Studying the insanity. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly it. Yeah, studying the insanity without losing your sanity. I also had to see the clip in Terminator 2. I just sort of watching documentaries, right? Watch a few documentaries. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That's all I need to do. I don't need to go no further than that. Oh, mate. Completely understand that. A scale of 1 to 10, how bored of this film are you? Oof. What are we now? Let's see. We've got 48 minutes to go, flipping out. I would say, I don't know if I can even grade it. Put me at about wait, so 10 being the most bored and 1 being the least least bored, right? I guess. So I would say I am probably about an 8 or a 9. Let's say 8.5. About 8 point, well, maybe 8.7. You know, I found about 8.7. Not completely bored, but you know, not too far off. Saying Endgame was a bad cook, but he's not going. I have me over for dinner. What about Hannibal Lecter? Could he have you for dinner? Is that Peter Dinklage? It's not, I'm sure, but kind of looks like him. That's not Peter Dinklage, is it? Pancho Mola. I thought so. Not Peter Dinklage. Hannibal took inspiration from Endgame. The movie's even worse than I remembered. Oof. Well, I hope you didn't pay to watch it again. I hope you didn't pay to watch it again. Like, I don't know, maybe if you already had it, not certain, but boy. I did, sadly. Oof, man. Well, I guess between the two of us, we just like doubled their doubles the income of this film. Danny Trejo. So this guy's related to Danny Trejo, brother. Oh, I know that guy. He's he was in Sons of Anarchy and Mayans. Also in Spider-Man 2. Daddy. I'm not sure Danny Trejo's old enough to be this guy's daddy, to be honest with you. Maybe like uncle that was like, you know, born way after his daddy was. Save and invited me for dinner. For a dinner party, I'd be like, nah, can't eat on an empty stomach. We'll give it a second. Sure. I might find something I like, and no, it's worse. You not found anything you like? Not even one thing? I mean, we've still got 40-something minutes to go, so, you know, let's hope. Let's hope. It's a goodness. The more I watch this one, the less I like it off. Wait, Dan, did you pay to watch this movie again as well? I hope not. Did all three of us pay to watch this movie? Man, it's bad enough like I did it. Sam did it as well. And Sam should have known better, quite frankly. Dan, please tell me you didn't pay to watch this movie again. Paying for it with my life. That's the real horror. Just walking around with a gun because, you know, why not? Destruction. Taking in the chances of another sequel. I was killing my time. Wait, they didn't make another movie after this, did they? Like there's not like a fourth in this series, is there? I mean, they should really stopped at 2, but did they at least have the decency to stop at 3? Right side of good company. Here, here. There isn't enough. Oh, thank God. I was thinking like Eesh. Pull up or shut up. He's gonna lose. I bet it's gonna end with like Baby throwing a knife in somebody's face or something. There's always complaining. There's always an excuse. So they drink a shot of tequila and then throw a knife. That sounds like a terrible idea. Well, they lost that. Okay, well, at least nobody got a knife in the face, though. So that's something. Well, not yet, anyway. It's like a 70s movie all of a sudden. Three-legged dog. Be well, friend. Be well. Oish. Chicas, chicas, chicas. Arms trapped. Less Hollywood and more wood. less Hollywood and more whole end wood. Bicycle girls. Yeah, Tiny died in the last move, then he went into that fire. Well, that's true. She gonna jump a midget bones. Man, turn up with what, 3 coffins, you know? Raw. Man ain't playing. Man ain't playing. He brought the coffins with him. It's pissing on the furniture. Yeah. Ugh. Eesh. Yeah, you know, I feel like there's a point in movies where the nudity just feels too excessive, right? And that point can be early on, it could be in the middle, it could be later, it could be, it's going to be different for different movies, right? I do feel like there's a point in the movies where the nudity is just excessive and it's just like, dude, come on, I get it. And especially when like a film like this where a lot of it is so one-sided, you know? Yo, what up, Brax? Guess this guy's skipping town now. Well, hopefully it ends with all of them getting slaughtered. That might save this movie. I mean, it probably won't, but you know. Eesh. I hope they paid her $50 million. They didn't. Brax Bivy in the place to bivy. How is Yivy? Oh, jeez. Should we cut this movie short, though? Because... flipping hell, man. 24 minutes to go. Bloody hell. Oh, of course you can fire a bow and arrow. You know, shooting a bow is not an easy skill. Like, it's not like something that anybody can do. Like, you kind of have to learn how to fire a bow. But to be fair, she was pretty proficient with a knife, so I guess bow and arrow is not that far out. It's kind of a similar area of weaponry. Yeah, no, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Just this time. He's dead, dude. You can stop now. That's gonna be a horrible way to die though still. Arrow right in the back of the head. Oof. Mm-hmm. Ish. Well. I think like these movies, I'm not sure any of these movies have a point. Like House of Thousand Corpses, you know, Devil's Rejects and this. I'm not sure any of these movies have a point. But this movie just... Yeah. Good. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, man. I think I've reached about a 9.3 on a boredom scale, by the way. Where? Why is this guy still here, man? Leave him. Should have left a long time ago. He's just getting packed, bruh. Man should have been out of there already. I mean, why do they kill people? Like, what is their point? Like, what are they trying to do? Like, they're just cruel people with no point. And this movie, you can take it as part one, curiosity kills more than they can. The second one, revenge, make sure you dig a grave for yourself. Third one, to all things come to an end. Well, yeah. Guess that's one way of looking at it. How can Sam's fell asleep? Sam, you awake? You still there? I reckon Sam's tapped out. And oh jeez, just shoot them, flipping now. Mr. Steve, I think you might be dreaming of a Bella movie. Well, that won't be hard. I'm sure he's a proficient fighter. He's proficient with a machete. Of course he is. Oh, jeez. But then again, he did survive 20 bullets with no scars. It's a sci-fi at this point. Isn't Otis supposed to be like 55 or whatever at this point? And he's taken on as a young, strong guy that... Oh, jeez. Why is this midget guy helping them? Of course he wins. Is this film over yet? Alright, fine. The bad guys get away with it. Less than 10 minutes to go, at least. Less than 10 minutes to go. Alright. Okay. Hopefully, like, it's like 6 minutes of credits or something, like six minutes of 30 seconds worth of credits. As we could just end now. I think it has, actually. It's a crappy ending, I ain't gonna lie, man. The ending in the second movie was much stronger ending. It was a much stronger ending. This is just... I can see why people don't like this film very much, but this is what happens when you listen to your fans. This is what happens when you listen to your fans. Written and directed by Rob Zombie. Well, Mr. Rob Zombie. Ugh. I know nobody sets out to make a bad movie, but that was It's boring. I can't, man. It was pointless. It was boring. It felt like it didn't need to be done. And I'm not even suggesting I can do better, because I'm sure I'll just make a whole lot of a worse movie. But as a consumer of art, this did not do it for me. Maybe it did it for somebody. Maybe there's somebody out there who loved this movie, thinks it's their favorite movie ever. And, you know, if there isn't, you know, cool. But for me, personally, it did not do it for me at all. But anyway, that was Free From Hell. I did not particularly enjoy that film. But perhaps somebody else did. It was bad. Bland, yeah. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, they let Baby drive in the credits. Okay. Well, next week there is no live stream. No live stream next week Monday. No live stream on next week Tuesday. Next live stream should be tomorrow though, so we're watching X-Files tomorrow and should be gaming on Thursday. But next week, no live stream on Monday or Tuesday. That's Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So yeah, there's no live stream next week. Emilio Rivera, that's the dude that was in Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, next week Monday and Tuesday should be streaming on. Should hopefully still be streaming on Thursday of next week, but Monday, Tuesday, but Christmas and Boxing Day, no live stream. And also New Year's Day, no live stream either. That's the 1st of, well, New Year's Day, the 1st of January, Monday, 1st of January. But yeah, man, I don't even know what to say about this movie other than what I've already said. It just did not do it for me. It just, yeah, I think the biggest thing about this film for me is that it just felt so unnecessary. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of sequels in general have that issue, but they at least have a movie that is maybe entertaining in some way or interesting in some way or whatever. They don't always justify their existence. I think that's fair to say of a lot of sequels, but you know, they can at least still be somewhat interesting or maybe funny or whatever, right? There's something that at least, you know, you could get from it. This felt like it didn't justify its existence, and on top of that, it just didn't make a film that felt interesting at all. Like, I mean, you could argue that the second movie doesn't fully justify its existence either, but at least was interested in some way, but and in my opinion, a bit more interesting than the first movie. But yeah, this just didn't justify itself, and it was just boring. It was just boring, and from beginning to end, just felt pointless in a bad way. But yeah, I don't think I'll be watching these movies again anytime soon. Dee Wallace played Greta. I know that name, Dee Wallace. Where do I know that name from? I don't think I recognized it when I saw it on screen, but that name Dee Wallace sounds familiar to me. No, she was in E.T. Okay. Critters. The Hills Have Eyes. Jeepers Creepers. I guess I've just heard the name around, but I don't think I'm recognizing her from anything. I mean, I guess I've seen her in movies, but yeah, nothing that I feel like I'm recognizing her from. Oh, she's in Best of the Best 3. No turning back. Like bad movies as long as they're entertaining. Yeah, indeed. And that's the thing. Like some movies could be like bad in that, say, objective way, like in terms of like maybe the acting is not that good or the story's kind of basic and that kind of thing. But you know, they could still be entertaining in some way. Sometimes unintentionally and entertaining, but still entertaining nonetheless. And then there's films that are just yeah. If anybody's interested, by the way, Uncharted, the Legacy of Thieves collection, which is Uncharted 4, and was it whatever that other game that came afterwards? But yeah, it's the two Uncharted. It's Uncharted 4 and this other game that came afterwards. Let's just say Thieves End. There you go. No. This Thieves End and The Lost Legacy. So yeah, Uncharted 4, A Thieves End, and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Yeah, that's the two games in the Legacy of Thieves collection. Anyway, that is £20 on Steam right now. It's normally £40, but if you buy it right now, it's 20. I would say that's a decent price for that game, 20 quid. I have it already, so I would not be buying that again. But for anybody who's interested in that game, yeah, £20 on Steam, not a bad price if you don't already have it. Oof, but yeah, that was a waste of £3.49, man. I should have pirated that movie. I ain't gonna lie, man. I should have pirated that movie. I should have looked up one of these pirate websites and pirated that movie. It's not good to pirate movies, I know, and I'd rather not do that, but £3.49, you know. But I hope the £3.49 went to the traumatized actresses in this film, because I'm sure there's at least a few. At least. Mate. Oh. So yeah, I am waiting for my PC case to arrive. Hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. I did get a message today, which was kind of weird. They were saying that there was an issue with the order, with the delivery rather. And when I checked the message, it was saying that the package was bigger than they thought it would be, and they'll update me about something. But I'm like, I mean, it's a, yeah, I mean, surely you know the size of things when they're arranging these deliveries, right? Like, but anyway, I mean, hopefully it doesn't mean any kind of significant delays, but just waiting and seeing. But yeah, I've got all the parts I need. I'm just waiting on the PC case to arrive. So if that arrives soon, then yeah, I can start putting it all together, man. Start putting it all together. I have a plan on rewatching the Karate Kid trilogy and maybe the next Karate Kid. I don't have any plans to, but I mean, I don't have an issue with those movies. I mean, definitely good films to rewatch again. I haven't seen them for a while now. I've been rewatching Cobra Kai actually recently. I think I watched up to season 2, so hopefully we start season 3 on that again. Starting season 3 soon. I mean, I've seen it all before. I watched all the seasons already, but I'm just kind of watching it again. But yeah, maybe at some point I'll rewatch the Karate Kid movies and next Karate Kid. I've got them on DVD, but you know, I'll buy those again. I have no problem spending money on Karate Kid movies, so I'll buy those again and watch them. But yeah, no current plans to, I'd say. But hey, those are good movies, man. I've seen them loads of times though. Well, I've seen Karate Kid loads of times, and Karate Kid 2 and 3 I've seen a few times. Karate Kid next Karate Kid I've seen twice maybe. And then Karate Kid remake I've just seen once. But yeah, original Karate Kid I've seen bare times, man. It's one of my favorite films. Like, I remember watching it when I was a kid. I was like first time I saw that movie, it came on when it came on TV, and I remember watching it, right? And then the next day in school, I ended up getting into a fight with this other kid, and it was like that Karate Kid movie was still fresh in my head. So like from what I can remember, and bear in mind this is like 30 plus years ago, more than it'd be like 35. It's a long time ago, maybe close to 40 years ago at this point. You know, it's like between 35 and 40 years ago. It's a long time ago we're talking. Anyway, so from what I can remember, I was sitting down and this guy was walking past me, and as he walked past me, he just kind of bumps me, right? Just for no reason, just bumps me, and he walks on, and then as he's walking back, he bumps me again, right? But this time when he bumps me again, I get up, and I can't remember exactly how, but I threw him on the ground somehow. Like I think I just kind of pushed him over, or did something to get him on the ground. I can't remember exactly what I did. But as he's on the ground, I was standing there like, come on, you know, doing like that, you know, that kind of like, you know, karate pose. I've never studied karate in my life. I just watched Karate Kid the day before, and it was just fresh in my head, like, bruh, madness. But yeah, great films, man, great films. That's why you should never let kids watch karate movies, man. It's like acting a fool afterwards. I was just thinking that I want to take karate lessons though, like next year. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd actually do it. It's going to depend on a lot of things, you know, because there's a lot of other things that could be happening next year, and karate lessons in fairness, is maybe a bit lower on my priorities. But you know, if things go reasonably well and I can be kind of settled, yeah, it's something that I might kind of look into. You know, but I think if I'm gonna do it, then I feel like I want to do karate and not like karate or kung fu. I think, but because I know that there's places near me that do things like taekwondo, which I'd rather not, because that focuses more on kicks, and I don't want to do that. I'm sure. I mean, taekwondo's fine. I know people who study taekwondo, and you know that they're really good at it, whatever, and you know, people who teach it. But for me, I feel like if I'm going to do a martial arts, I feel like I want to study either karate or kung fu. But yeah, just something where I know I don't have to. I mean, I know they all involve kicks as well. I get that, but just something that isn't so kick focused is really, or maybe something like judo actually might be a good one to do. Judo might be a good one too, actually. But yeah, just something like that. Judo, I think, has a lot more grappling in there, and that could be quite interesting. I feel like for someone like myself, where I'm not really agile, but I mean, you know, you kind of learn as you do it, right? But I'm not that agile, so maybe something like judo is something I can learn, because maybe I can grasp it a bit easier and then kind of progress. I don't know. It's just how it is in my head. But yeah, like I said, it's a bit lower on my priorities of things to do, but we'll see how that goes. Hey, he's got the moves. Wow. I got into a few fights as a kid. More than a few, actually. It's terrible. I think right at 16, I'll get back into it. Did you, what grade did you study up to? Like, what belt grade did you study up to? Maybe jiu-jitsu. Well, is judo and jiu-jitsu the same thing? Because I kind of thought, I was kind of in the impression that judo and jiu-jitsu are the same thing. Like, it's like judo, like it's maybe like a branch of it or something. Or is that not the case? Or is it just two completely different styles? But yeah, basically, I feel like I want to study something that can take from where I am and where I can, you know, use where the level that I'm at right now and then progress from there. And you know, because of course you want to get good at it. I don't know if I necessarily want to be like some grandmaster or anything like that. I don't know if I want to go that far. But you know, of course, anything you do, you want to get reasonably good at it, right? But I feel like I want to do something that doesn't feel so daunting that it just puts me off. Whereas if I can do something where I can be okay, you know, relatively early on, or at least feel like I can grasp it relatively early on, and then, you know, kind of progress from there, rather than trying to do something that's way above what I'm capable of, and I'm just failing and getting my ass kicked every week, and it's just not fun anymore, you know. But yeah, I thought judo and jiu-jitsu were kind of the same thing, but maybe not. Maybe not. Let me see here. Is judo the same? Oh. Same as jiu-jitsu? I'm sure I'm clearly not the only one who's asking this question. Okay, so apparently the difference is in judo, much of the emphasis is weighted on standing techniques versus ground techniques, whereas with jiu-jitsu has a heavier focus on ground techniques with some standing techniques in the form of self-defense. Okay, so judo is more standing, whereas jiu-jitsu is more ground stuff. Oh, I see. So I guess they kind of complement each other in that case then. If that's the case, I think if one is more standing, one is more grounded, then I guess they somewhat complement each other. We're more focused on standing and taking down, and the other is more. Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess in that case they kind of complement each other. You can study both, and that way you can do things standing and grounded. Now we know. Now we know. Well, you knew already, but now I know. Now I know. I guess I could start with judo and then maybe progress to jiu-jitsu if it's something that I stick with. Oh man. Well. It is 10:25. What's the well, that is the time, 20:25. Dan, you studied a martial arts, right? Like it was, I think I'm sure you told me which one it was. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of blanking on which one. But was it? It wasn't karate, was it? Or what was the martial arts that you studied again? No one is half the battle, indeed. Sid Haig was in Diamonds Are Forever. Also in Mission Impossible during the first season. And MacGyver. And the A-Team. Jackie Brown. Batman. Oh, he did a lot. Dukes of Hazzard. Coffee. Okay. I only played Taekwondo when I was a kid. Had a judo class. Then moved to Wing Chun. Differently. Lineages. Jun Fan. JKD. Jeet Kune Do. Okay. And Eskrima. And did workshop on a lot of different stuff. Okay, so you're quite well rounded with the martial arts. Listen, yeah, if I ever start a gang, I want you as my as my muscle. I want Dan as my muscle. Like, you know, like you watch those movies, like especially like with the Japanese gangs, with the like the Yakuza gangs, and they got like that guy who they send to, like, you know, do like all the dirty work, like not the dirty, well, you know, they're killing kind of dirty work, but he's like this badass like guy with a knife and sword and all these kind of, you know what I mean, like that's how I want you to be. I want you to be that guy who I send to just go kill people. And he'd have a sword and just like bat up everybody. And every time you come to, like, every time, like, you turn up at a place, everybody thinks, like, you know, because, like, oh, no, he can't do nothing. What's he going to do? You know, what's he going to do? So they all underestimate you, right? But then when it gets real, it's like, yeah, Dan just bads up everybody, just gets his sword out. Yeah, that's what I want you to be in my gang. I'm gonna start a gang, and that's what we need to be, just like that guy. I need him taken care of. Alright, say no more, fam. Say no more. Cool. Anything wrong with Vampire Slayer versus Spike? Watch that show scene right now for another example. Nah, I'm good. I've seen that already. I don't need to see that again. I've seen that already. But for the Vampire Slayer though, like, from a fighting perspective, it did have some really cool fight scenes in there, some really cool choreography and that from time to time. But for the most part, it was so basic. Like, it, especially during the first, I'll say like 2-3 seasons, a lot of it was just like really basic stuff. And considering that Buffy was supposed to be this, you know, Vampire Slayer badass, right? Like, her stance was crap for the most part. And by the way, I ain't no martial arts expert. I've just watched enough martial arts movies to know what a good stance is. That's where I'm at. Like, I might not be able to do a good stance myself, but I've seen enough martial arts movies to know a good stance when I see it. And her stance was so bad, you know, for a lot of it. Like, there was a few times where it's like they got it right. They got the choreography pretty spot on, and they pulled off some really cool stuff. But a lot of it was like, nah, like, you are not fighting like that. Like, you are getting taken out with that stance. You're not gonna be able to hold your balance properly, you know. And it was just like, from the perspective of somebody who watches a lot of martial arts movies, it was like, nah, that's putting me off. That's putting me off. Like, if you come at Buffy as somebody who doesn't really watch a lot of those styles of films, you probably won't even notice it or won't even care. But for somebody who watches a lot of martial arts movies, or at least, you know, back in the day I was watching a lot of martial arts movies, I'm seeing that, like, nah. Nah. you're getting taken out. Like your stance is not that good, and you haven't really shown yourself to be a proficient enough fighter for me to believe that you can have that stance and still hold your balance. No, you get yeah. Talk to your choreographers, man. They're not doing it right. They're not doing it right. Oh yeah, I've seen it. I know the one. I know the one. I know the one. But yeah, they had a few really cool, a few really cool moments with the choreography, but most of it was like, nah. And the fact that they were in heels a lot of the time, you know, like Buffy and a lot of the, they were all in heels, and it's like you're not showing yourself to be a proficient enough fighter for me to believe that you can fight in heels, because people can fight in heels. By the way, it can be done. I've seen it. There are people who do fight in heels and they can fight well in heels. I'm not believing Buffy is one of them. Like, her stance is off, and the way the fighting was a lot of the time, a lot of the way she moved, the way it was choreographed, it's like, I don't believe you can fight in heels. I don't. Like, you're not convincing me you can fight in heels. Like, no, you're getting battered up. Like, you are not winning. You are getting taken off your feet. You're getting knocked off out of balance. I don't believe you're proficient enough to fight in heels with this crappy stance. No, it's not. You're not doing it for me, Buffy. You're not. But I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the type of show that it's not necessarily being watched by, like, you wouldn't watch Buffy if you're coming at it as a martial arts fan. You're not watching Buffy because you're a martial arts fan. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like a lot of what they did, most of Buffy fans wouldn't care. You know, most Buffy fans wouldn't care. It's only like people like me who are a bit more, you know, like I said, more like kind of like martial arts background in terms of like watching stuff. Like I like those kind of movies, you know, where you got somebody who's doing some badass martial arts, like fighting styles, and you're looking at the different, and they talk about techniques and styles, and you know, like all this sort of stuff. That's where I'm coming from in sort of my movie history. So yeah, you watch something like Buffy and they have some fighting scenes. I'm like, nah, nah. Go back to the drawing board with that. He was a stunt woman and an expert in karate and kung fu. Yeah, that fight scene was okay. The issue with that though was that it was not believable that Spike won that fight. You know, it was not believable that Spike won that fight. Like, clearly it's choreographed that way, I know, but from watching it from, again, in your martial arts perspective, it's like you got like this lady who can clearly do the moves. Spike couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, he was not it was that whole thing. I was like, you did not win this fight. Like, you didn't. Like, it's done to make her lose, of course, but it just like, it's not believable. Like, that's the issue with that, and I think that's the issue with a lot of it in Buffy, in a lot of fight scenes in Buffy. It's like, whether you might have had one person who's like really good, or two people who are just, you know, crap, right? But you might have had one person who's really good, and they're supposed to be going to get something, because the other person has to win. It just looks silly when they win. Like, it just looks dumb. Like, I don't believe Spike would have won that fight. Like, he's not moving like he can take her on. And even like, you know, Angel, you know, they're all in ones where, like, okay, they've been around 200 and whatever years, and they're supposed to be really good at fight combat and all that kind of stuff, hand-to-hand combat, because they've been practicing for so long. But the way they move, it's like they move like an amateur. It's like, you're not moving like somebody who actually knows how to fight. Like, you're not moving like somebody who's been practicing hand-to-hand combat for 200 years. Like, you're not. Like, you're not believable as a professional fighter. But because they have to win, it just ends up looking stupid. So yeah, that was the that was the issue with Buffy. Angel, I think they did to same kind of issues, but maybe to a lesser extent. I think with Angel, they had people mostly on the same level, so it didn't, you know, maybe look as bad, even though it still looks bad. But yeah, Buffy was like, nah, come on, man, fix your stance, fix your grip, Yeah, you're not selling it to me. Wushu. Yeah, but somebody who's that proficient at fighting wouldn't be making silly mistakes. Well, shouldn't really be making silly mistakes like that. But that's what I mean. Like, it looks dumb in the end. This is dumb. It's like, no, you did not win this fight. You did not win. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one iota. I don't believe it, not one bit. But you get it, you know. Spike has to win, or Buffy has to win, or whoever it is has to win. But yeah, I think for the first, I want to say 3, maybe 4 seasons especially, the choreography was like pants for the most part. There's definitely some cool bits. I think there were some really cool bits on the end of the 4th season, if I remember correctly. It might have been the 3rd, I don't, one of them anyway. But there's definitely some cool, remember there was a really cool fight scene, or well, a cool fight moment rather, between Buffy and Angel. I think at the end of the, it was the one where, it was the season where Buffy kills Angel and sends him to the Hell Dimension. Like, there was a really cool fight moment that was done really well. And that bit, not the whole fight scene itself, just there was just a section of the fight scene that was done really well. And most of the fight was crap, but there was a section of that fight scene that was done really well. And yeah, like I say, there was a few bits here and there, but nah. Big Bang Theory is on Prime. Oh, it's part of the Prime. Okay, cool. Oh, no, man. They got all, yeah, all 12 seasons. Big Bang Theory on Prime. Yeah. I don't remember much from that Nikki Wood fight. I remember it being just dumb though. I don't remember it being particularly interesting. I don't remember that fight being particularly interesting, but anyway, I ain't trying to watch none of that again. Never say never, but I think it might be a long ass time before I watch something like, before I watch Buffy again. I watched it, when I watched it, I guess I watched the last episode last year. But yeah, I think it was this year rather. I mean, earlier this year I think I finished it. I think I finished it earlier this year. So yeah, it might be a while before I watch that again. I'm not in any rush. I mean, I would have. I remember like I put it up for one of the options on the TV show, and I think I would have had it won, but it didn't, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm good. Never say never. I mean, overall, I'll say Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel was a decent show. It certainly wasn't terrible or anything like that. By no means you can call it a terrible show, but I don't think it was as good as a lot of people say it is. Like, it didn't cross into the realms of being amazing for me. Like, with the exception of a few episodes maybe, or a few moments here and there maybe. But overall, it was just okay. Now, granted, I'm watching this like 25 years later or whatever, 20-something years later after it ended, you know. So part of it is maybe that. Maybe had I watched it at the time, I'd feel differently about it, right? Because that's an important consideration and factor when it comes to how you relate to a show, is when you're watching it, and you know, the references and blah 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 blah. So part of it could be the fact that I just didn't watch it at the time it was being aired, and I'm watching it some 20 plus years later. But for me, it just felt okay. For the most part, it was just okay. Like, it tried to do this comedy slash drama, and for the most part, I felt like it did not do it well. Like, there was definitely some really intense dramatic moments, and definitely some really funny moments. But overall, the comedy drama balance was missed constantly. Like, it was like trying to be funny at times when it didn't need to be funny, or trying to be dramatic and not really being dramatic. It just felt like a complete, like, it felt like paint by numbers a lot of the time. Like, what are you doing? Can you just let this scene be what it is? Why are you trying to force these jokes in that don't fit? It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just silly at this point. But overall, like I said, it was just okay. Like, it's not bad. Well, it is. It's okay. It's okay. It's watchable. Has its moments. Has its really good moments. But overall, it's just, it's okay. Yeah, Braxton wears girls' clothes. Okay, we know that now. It's probably such a long time. I remember it vaguely. I mean, if you haven't watched it in a long time, it might be worth watching it again. But yeah. But yeah, it's alright. It's not bad. It's really good at parts. But yeah. You know, in the Buffy universe, only women can be Slayers. So I don't think your story's gonna get published, dude. Like, I mean, you can write it, but I don't think it's gonna get published because only women can be Slayers. So you don't get to be a Slayer. You could be a Watcher, but you don't get to be a Slayer. Okay, no, fair enough. You did say he. Still, though, Spike was dressed kind of feminine in that scene. Because that was the New York one, wasn't it? She was dressed kind of feminine in that scene. I feel like I remember him being dressed kind of feminine. Watch her. Oh, you know what? Oh, Dan, you sly dog. Oof. Yeah. All right. It's about that time to start winding down, wrapping up. Next live stream should be tomorrow, continuing with the X-Files. I can't remember which episodes we're watching. I think it's like, is it 7, 8, 9 or is it 10, 11, 12? I don't remember. I could probably find out actually. I think I could find out. Not like that, I can't. Why does it look me out at Disney Plus? Yeah, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 10, 11, 12. So almost halfway through season 5. Almost halfway through season 5. But yeah, that's tomorrow. That's due tomorrow. God willing, we'll be doing that. And then Thursday, continuing with Breath of the Wild, play a little bit more of that as well. But next week, Monday and Tuesday, that's Christmas Day and Boxing Day, no stream. It's my family time. And I'm going to eat food and not think about streaming at all. But whatever you're doing next week, I don't really celebrate Christmas when it comes down to it, but it is family time, so it is important to do that and not be distracted by other things. So yeah, no stream on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. But yeah, whether you're celebrating Christmas or not, whether you're just doing whatever you're doing, hopefully you have a good time. Hopefully it's all fun for you. Hopefully you get some cool presents, and if you don't, hopefully you treat yourself to something nice. Just the guys who are the chosen ones, the feathers are the ones with a few female watchers. Gender equality is more 1980s punk rocker in that part. Yeah, feminine this one. Have you seen 1980s punk rocker? That is very feminine, bruh. Look up any 1980s punk rocker, feminine, or any kind of era, 70s, whatever, like feminine, dude, feminine. I mean, look, I you know, if that's what you're into, I ain't saying it's a bad thing, whatever. It's, you know, you do you. I ain't here to judge nobody, but let's call it what it is. It's feminine. But anyway, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And until whenever, if ever, peace.